If you don't know who Doechii is, then what are you doing? Doechii is the third woman to win Best Rap Album at the Grammys. But just 5 years ago, she was reading the very book we're going to talk about today.
I was just drawn to it for some reason, so I picked it up and started reading it, and I think it's gonna be a whole vibe.
And she's right. This is a whole vibe. To put it simply, The Artist's Way is a 12-week course developed by Julia Cameron that helps individuals unlock their creativity. The book contains exercises throughout, but the main practices Julia urges everyone to commit to are morning pages and the artist's date. And morning pages are pretty straightforward. They are 3 pages of longhand stream of consciousness writing that you do every morning. And the artist's date is simply dedicated time that you set aside each week to spend time and to nurture and treat your inner artist. So essentially, yes, you're taking yourself on a date, but that's a little bit more focused on art and creativity. So yeah, morning pages and artist date while reading this book for 12 weeks. It sounds easy enough, right? Well, actually, this is my second attempt at doing The Artist's Way, doing the 12-week course. As I said before, I'm Marissa Roxas. I am a filmmaker based here in San Diego. I am an independent filmmaker. I am first and foremost a cinematographer, but I see myself returning to the director's chair when I feel called to. And the reason why this is my second attempt at doing The Artist's Way is because I think the first time I just wasn't really in it. I wasn't really committed. This time around it's different. And I would have to say that I thank Doechii a lot for that. I was already kind of in it. This is my first week of the program, but I know I've been hearing, especially with Doechii just blowing up. Her music is just everywhere, and she's everywhere, and as she deserves to be. And knowing that she started out, or at least one of the big things that she does talk about is that she did go through the Artist's Way herself, and actually her whole journey of doing this book, this program, is online still on YouTube. So that's kind of crazy to see someone who has won a Grammy and to kind of see their, humble beginnings. So yeah, knowing that she documented her process, definitely inspired me to do the same as I go through The Artist's Way. So I'm gonna follow in her footsteps, so to speak. I'm not a musician, I'm not a rapper, but I am a filmmaker, I am an artist in my own right. I want to, document my journey each week as I go through each chapter, each of the 12 steps, 12 weeks. I want these videos to be raw and real, just like Doechii's were. She just set up camera and then started talking about the discoveries she made each week going through The Artist's Way. I also think that it just aligns with my YouTube channel. I'm here on YouTube documenting my own journey as an independent filmmaker and kind of the ups and downs, but also just what I really hope to bring to you, my audience, is just ways to continue to live and create intentionally, which I will say this book is basically that as well. I don't have it all figured out, but as I learn things, as I experience things, I hope to share that with you, and hopefully that helps you on your own journey. And I just want to talk about my own intentions and what my desired outcome is after these 12 weeks. And I think the most tangible one I could say is I hope going through The Artist's Way will finally get me to a place where I am creating consistently here on YouTube. Doing YouTube is something I've always wanted to do. At least I won't say always, but I think when I graduated from film school back in 2017, I started this channel, and I've been, on and off of it. I've never been consistent, but we're gonna change that, and I hope that The Artist's Way is just one way that I start to commit I mean, hey, out of doing this program, I'm gonna have at least 12 videos to show for it. And yeah, I think this is also like a form of like video morning pages. Of course, I'm doing my morning pages like actually, but this is also kind of a stream of consciousness type video. So I hope you're down for that. If not, you know what? Cool, that's fine. Also, I think making this videos is a way, and like going through this program is a way for me to kind of push past my perfectionism, which like I have a really hard time doing, and I've said that so many times, like on this channel, but also just like in my own life, of just like I need to stop being so perfect, or like try to be so perfect. Like I think even writing the script for this video, or the outline for this video, is trying to like be so particular about every word that I say, when like I know I want to be as real as possible in these videos, because this is gonna be a very vulnerable journey. Again, you can watch Doechii's whole journey right now on YouTube if you so feel like it. I'm actually gonna watch her videos week by week, so I haven't seen the whole thing, but I'm watching it week by week, so it just feels like I'm going through the process with her. But my overall intention for the artist way and for this journey is a much more personal one, and I'm actually just gonna read from my journal so I could, you know, be more specific about it and like kind of get to the meat of it instead of rambling. So this is what I wrote. Last year, I wrote, directed, and edited a very personal short film called You and Me Will Always Be Back Then. And honestly, working on that project was not only one of the highlights of my career so far, but of my whole life. I was just operating at a level of intensity I had never accessed before. And whenever people ask me, how did you do it? My answer is, you have to have an unshakable belief in yourself, what you're doing, and who you're doing it with. And as I began to read The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron describes the journey as a spiritual path to higher creativity. I felt like I was indeed on that higher spiritual path as I was making You and Me Will Always Be Back Then. But due to various events I won't get into at the moment, I feel like I've since lost my way. I still see the path before me, but I no longer trust myself to walk forth. My belief has been shaken. I still feel connected with purpose, but I think I've lost my drive. I'm hoping that committing to the artist's way, I'll restore that trust in myself. I hope my drive will be reignited. I just want to believe in myself again. Though I know this journey has to be done on my own, I'd still like to invite you all to join me on it. So, you know, maybe you already have a copy of this book and are like me and try to do it but didn't follow through. Or maybe you can go out and get yourself a copy. I'll have a link below. Not a plug, but hey, it'd be cool to like do this together. So whether you do it in real time with me or you're watching this sometime in the future, it's always nice to have like an accountability partner, right? So I could be that for you, or you know, Doechii could be that for you, kind of like she is for me right now. I'm not saying just because I do this, I'm gonna go ahead and win a Grammy like Doechii. For first and foremost, I'm not a musician, so a Grammy is not in my future. I know that for sure. I mean, who knows? Anything could happen. Maybe an Oscar, but even then, we'll talk about that another time. But what I will say is Doechii's journey reminds me just how fast your life can change. And I put a caveat here. Only if you are already taking the inspired action every day. So I know that this book is a tool, and ultimately it's not a cure-all. It's a tool, and it just provides me some structure as I continue on my own creative journey on this spiritual path. And as I said, I hope you join me